Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything that you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the Art or Temperance card, the card of alchemy, right? Turning lead into gold, yeah? This is the pressure cooker. I feel like you're somebody who is kind of in the middle of it. You don't shy away from a challenge. I think that you understand that the situations of your life are molding you and shaping you into the person that you need to become, right? In order to succeed at your goals, whatever those goals are. You're somebody who is, you've kind of volunteered for the blacksmith's anvil. You're doing something that is changing who you are, yeah? And I guess the question becomes, do we like who we're becoming? And is the shape that we're being molded into, is it a tool, right, for something that we want, you know? Are we learning the skills we need to succeed? That sort of thing. I feel like this card's also about maybe a strategy for success, right? That we maybe know that we have to, that we're sort of mixing ingredients together, right? This is kind of the card to me, anyway, of being in the kitchen, of being the chef, the one that's trying to come up with just the amazing masterpiece of a dish, right? And so to me, that feels like we're experimenting a little bit. That you're being very creative. You're trying to find different ways to put things together and see what works. Yeah, so we're kind of in that experimental mode. We're not operating off of a recipe necessarily, but let's put this card into a little bit of context. Here we have the Lover's card. Okay, another card of alchemy. It is a card of union, right? It is a card of things coming sort of back together again, that we're mixing the soup up, right? We're putting all the ingredients in, and then we're letting everything marry in the pot, you know, low and slow, and letting things cook until it's just right. Yeah. We have Chariot card. And the Chariot is sort of the vessel of it's sort of the crucible, right, in which we are doing this alchemy. We have an Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and a Five of Swords in the future position. Over here, we've got the Ten of Wands. We have, six, there it is, Six of Pentacles, very good. We got a double shot here, Ten of Pentacles with a Princess of Cups, and finally, your Power card, yes, very nice. The Adjustment card, also called Justice. This is the card that, is associated with the sign of Libra, right? It's your Libra superpower card. And it's always very special when we get this card in a reading, because it means that this reading is definitely in your energy, and it's definitely meant for you. And it's definitely, this pressure cooker is building you, shaping you into your best self. This is the blacksmith shop, right? You're being hammered by life, and you're becoming your very best self. It's taking a lot of energy, but I feel like there's going to be a big payoff. I feel like this is maybe a financial thing for you. We have the Ace, the 6, and the 10. It feels like we have the short-term, medium-term, and long-term financial goals that are coming to fruition. So whatever you've been working on is going to work, right? Whatever you've been cooking up is going to... it's going to connect in the right ways. It's all going to come together. This is a card of union, remember. This is a card really of your choice. Your choice to do this. Your choice to go all in with something. Okay? All in with, let's say, maybe your art or your creativity. Go all in with this business idea or this big plan or this, like, dream of yours, you know? Well, the dream, because the Princess of Cups is the one who's this is the dreamer. And this is the materialization of your dream. And so this is the obstacle. This is maybe the fear. because this is what we really, really want. And we're sort of scared it's not going to happen. So when we're thinking of, do I say heck yes to this project, this path, or this gumbo that I'm cooking, or whatever your signature dish is? When you're thinking about this, it's kind of like, I want to say yes to it, but what if it doesn't materialize? Okay, so it makes sense that this is in the position of the fear, or sort of the worry, yeah. But I feel like what you're doing is going to be very well received by others. Okay, it's going to have a wonderful reception. I want to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here. And we're going to put the Eight of Pentacles right on top, our little octopus friend. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you, at any point during this reading, you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below. Okay. Now, let's look around the room. We see quite a bit of major arcana, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And, I feel that this really is some alchemy, okay? And it requires a commitment. That's what the Lover's card is all about. It doesn't mean that there's a relationship involved here. I mean, maybe there is, maybe there's not. Well, there is. There's a relationship between you and this dream of yours, and a relationship between you and the outside world, in the way that you are kind of sharing this meal, like you're cooking up this gumbo, and you're sharing it with the world, and I think the world's going to like it, okay? So this is the card, though, of choice. Okay, it's the Lover's card. It's about union. It's about giving something your full attention, saying yes, heck yes, 1,000% yes. A commitment, a choice to commit to something that you're inspired by. Okay, and this is something that you want to do with your life. And I feel that we're taking a chance on our dream. And I feel that the material portion of this, like the success of it, is going to be beyond belief. I think it's going to be really, really good. You've got some fire. You've got some water. You got a little bit of air, natural. Oh, it's natural to have a little bit of air. And then we have our earth, and earth cards. So really cool on the earth cards too. In the recent past, the Ace of Pentacles, I think you just started something. I think you just kind of like, I don't know, maybe you just went into the kitchen and you said, I want to cook something that's awesome, and I want to share it with people, and I want them to like it, right? So I feel like this was the first step that we took, and sometimes that first step is the most difficult step, but you did it. You did the first step. Maybe this was you kind of researching things, or maybe you took that first step where you signed up for the YouTube, you got your channel. Now it's just a matter of got to experiment, produce the content, and see what's going to happen. Yeah. Maybe this is, you sort of cleared out a space in your bedroom, and you got the easel and the canvas and the paints. And you said, okay, first, the most difficult step is done with now. And now it can now comes the creative part. Now comes the fun part, in a way. It's the challenging part, because this is now, when we're in the pressure cooker, right, and we're on the anvil, that's where we're refining our skills. But this was the first step, and I feel like this was the most difficult. But you did it. And so you're here now in the kitchen, in the studio, art studio, filming studio, like whatever it is, right? You're in the space now. You've taken a step through the door. I imagine, I don't remember the last reading I did for you, Libra, but I imagine we had some doorway cards in there, right? I bet we did. Because now we've stepped through the doorway, and now we're on the path, and now, of course, we have to do the experimentation, and it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be very challenging, because we are going to be confronted with setbacks, obstacles that are going to force us to change our shape. You're stepping into something, and you're not going to know how to do everything. The more you try to do, the more you're going to realize your own sort of weaknesses and sort of current apparent limitations. And that's the hammer coming down on you, and you got to let yourself be changed and shaped so you can sort of rise to the task, right? But what it really requires of you right now is a commitment. You've taken the step, you're in the room, and you're sort of, maybe you're having the fun, you're doing the fun part, but you realize that it's not all fun and games. It's going to really require this commitment for you to keep going. Level 10 energy. Remember, this is your investment. Don't forget about that 10 of Wands. So we really need, right now, we need to sort of reaffirm our vow. We need to marry ourselves to this path. Okay, and give it everything you have. No reservations, no hesitations, no second thoughts. Well, it's natural to have some, though, right? That's why in the immediate future we have a 5 of Swords. We don't know everything. We're committing 1,000% even though we don't have a plan yet, right? The 5 of Swords is saying, I'm confused sometimes. Sometimes I don't know the answer. Sometimes all I got are questions. I don't have any answers. And I think that we have to commit ourselves. So before anything else, are you in this 1,000%? Heck yes? Okay. Because tomorrow, we're going to be like a deer in the headlights, like, what do I even do? But we've already made the commitment, so this is not doubt. This is not second guessing, because we've already made the commitment, you see. So what this then becomes is, how do I figure out the problem? How do I figure out what to do? How do I figure out what's going to work for me? Okay? I feel like you're using a glue gun or something. You're bedazzling stuff or something. I feel like you're really crafty, doing some kind of gluing something together. I don't think you're cooking. I think it's some kind of craft or an art. Yeah. But this is, this is the acknowledgement that, I don't have all the answers. I don't know the plan. I don't have all the GPS directions printed out from MapQuest. I don't know what I'm doing exactly. I got to figure it out as I go. I've got to ask questions, and I've got to be open to receive the answers. Because again, this is a growing and learning process. You're in that part of it right now where you're refining your skills and your talents. Your wisdom and your understanding is being refined so that you can succeed at this. So the 5 of Swords is just being willing to ask dumb questions. And I like to think there are no dumb questions. There can be questions that are sort of nonsense or frivolous or joke questions. But if you're honestly wondering, you honestly don't know the answer, don't be afraid to ask the question. Because if you're being sincere, there are no dumb questions. There are no foolish questions, right? And so I feel like you're taking this seriously, and there may be some things that you're kind of embarrassed that you don't know. That's okay. Ask the question, find the answer, research it, ask the internet, whatever, right? Go to Reddit, I don't know. The 5 of Swords, though, cannot be the self-doubt. And if self-doubt starts to creep up, we've got to be able to recognize it right away, okay? Because we've already made the commitment. So we can fall back on that. We can say, no, you know what? I've already said 1,000%, so I'm not going back on my word. I can't second guess this, okay? The Queen of Cups at the top here, to me, tells me that this is really a path with heart for you. That you have a deep, spiritual connection to this work that you're doing. That you feel like you're in kind of love with it. Yeah. Out of all the water and all the lands, this is the water for you. This is what really makes you feel good. Yeah. So even when it is challenging, even when we're on the pressure cooker, we're on the anvil, we're getting hammered, there's still a love there. It's kind of like it's the musician who just they don't care about being rich and famous. They just want to play guitar. They love practicing. They love figuring out new things, even if they're bad at it at first. It's kind of like a willingness to really suck at something, but I love it so much I don't care. Because we have to suck at it, because that's the only way we're going to get better. That's the only way we're going to achieve anything above just being, I'm sort of okay at it. We have to be willing to be bad and still enjoy it nevertheless. Okay? So I feel like this is really you enjoying doing this work. You like doing the crafting, or you like doing the website or the YouTube channel. You enjoy what you do. And because of that, you're willing to put in the time, effort, energy, and or money necessary, 10 of Wands, to really get good and really make it something great. I don't know what you're doing, if it's a business, if it's a hobby, if it's a skill maybe, but I feel like there's something financial going on here. I feel like this is something that's going to make money for you, okay? And you love it. Down beneath the surface, you have this loyalty, this devotion. This tells me that once you commit to something, once you take the oath, you are a loyal person. You're there for your people, for your friends, your family. I think everybody in your life would say that. When you give your word about something, you stick to it, and you never abandon your friends when they're in trouble and things like this, right? You're very you have a loyalty about you. And I think you expect that from other people too. So I feel that you're okay sort of traveling alone if you need to, because you're not going to have you're not going to have unwilling passengers, right? You're not going to have people in your life that got like 1 foot out the door already. It's either you're on board or you can wait here while I go forward. So I kind of feel like you're assembling a team or a family here, okay? You're kind of, you got room in the car, so you're kind of bringing the right people along and the right supplies. You're very well prepared for this. I think you also have a bit of a thick skin, so you can take the criticism, and you're going to need that. Whatever you're doing, you have to be willing to endure some of the negativity, right? Not let it get you personally. Otherwise, we're not going to succeed. Otherwise, we're going to crumble at those moments where we get those negative. Let's say you're doing a YouTube channel. You're going to get some negative comments. You're going to get some haters on there that are just jealous or whatever, right? Going through their own stuff. It doesn't matter what the problem is. But they're going to be mean. They can be mean. You're going to have to be very resilient. You're going to have to let that bounce right off of your armor. You know, like someone is throwing marshmallows at you, and they don't, who cares? It's kind of fun. It doesn't bother you, right? It's actually kind of sweet. So this is that sort of, that fortification. Yeah. I feel like this is also this sense of I have to be fortified. I have to continue to find a way to fortify myself because this is a divine mission. This is a holy quest that I'm on. You're in service to something higher than just yourself. Okay? So it's not like you're just bedazzling purses or something. There's something really meaningful about it to you. And I don't know what that connection is for you. But there's something that really speaks to the depths of your heart. And maybe it's just that sort of creative essence, like you feel like you are, like that is your destiny, right? That sort of creative thing. And maybe it is bedazzling purses, I don't know. But the reason why you're doing it is beyond just like, well, you know, I'm good at it, maybe it'll make money. No, there's a real sense of destiny there. And that is sort of the foundation, that's the bedrock for like this loyalty and this commitment that you have, okay? Now, on the path of the serpent, we start out with our 10 of Wands. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, by the way, please do. The readings are totally free. The 10 of Wands is your investment of time, effort, energy, and money into something. You're giving it all you've got, okay? But this card is also saying that, you know, we sometimes need a little bit of refreshment when we're on the path. So I feel like you've been putting in a lot of hours. You're somebody who will go nonstop, and someone's got to remind you to eat and sleep and, like, you know. And so be careful of that, okay? Don't burn yourself out. That's the risk of this card, is exhaustion and fatigue. Well, we want to have consistency. This isn't a flash in the pan. This isn't just one marathon weekend. This is like, I got to be able to do it for the rest of my life or for the foreseeable future. I want to be doing this, you know. I want it to be consistent, and I want it to maybe make money every month and be something that can be part of a life that I'm building. Yeah, I feel like you're building your life. Yeah. So the 10 of Wands is also asking us the question, like, are we asking for help when we need it? Are we taking the hand of the helper, right? The person that's offering their hand to you, are you accepting it? Because we need to. We are not an island. We're not supposed to do everything alone. I think you're comfortable doing things by yourself, right? But we also have to be willing to take the right people on board and make it a little bit easier, because the 10 of Wands is like you got a big weight on your shoulders. And if you can never put that weight down and no one can ever help you carry it, your shoulders are going to get tired. You're not going to be able to carry it very far before you just collapse, right? So we need systems in place that can sustain this. And so maybe it's an idea of, like, you know, finding people that can do some of the less, like, a core essential work. Like, there's some things in this that only you can do, right? Like, you're the talent, you're the one that does the thing. But there are other people that can do some of the other things that don't really require that you do them. Does that make sense? So maybe delegation a little bit. The 6 of Pentacles is kind of right along those lines, because this is perhaps a collaborative effort. Okay, it might be that you are in the very center of this, but you do have things that are sort of aligning around you. It's a support system, right? It may be that we're bringing in other creative minds as well. I kind of feel like everybody's bringing a little something to the table, kind of a potluck going on here. But what this card is in the literal way is this is, this is success. This is material success. And this is the relationship. This is the environment card. Okay? So in the environment, this is going to be a success. When you start offering it to people, they're going to like it. Right? It's going to find its audience. Not everybody's going to like it. Remember, there's still the haters. But it's going to find who's meant to receive it. Okay? You're going to find a way to get it to the people that want it. So it's kind of like, it's demographics, it's marketing, it's knowing your audience, it's finding the right way, distribution, really. Finding the way to get what you're offering to the people that want to receive it. Okay? And I think that's going to be very important for you. And this is going to happen, and it's going to be very successful. I think this is the initial kind of, release. Maybe you're doing music, maybe you're doing some kind of art or craft, or, maybe you're cooking too, it could be. But you're going to see in this first moment, like this is kind of the medium-term goal, right? That it's just going to, it made a little bit of money, like, holy cow, like that's cool, right? I think when we have, this is like a peak experience. When we have many, many of these, we start to see a trend. We say, hey, this is not just a one-hit wonder, right, kind of thing. This is something that I can keep this going. Like I can do this again and again and again, and this can become a business. Like this can become kind of you can become like a mogul here, And that sort of leads us up into our 10 of Pentacles, which is the longevity of something. It's the long-term goal, right? That this is something that is being established that has a lot of moving parts, okay? A lot of moving parts. It's not just your thing, it's expanding. And this may be even like building your little kind of garage hobby business, a cottage business kind of thing, into an actual like company with employees and all that kind of thing, right? Really expanding on that first step you took, and now we're expanding into new realms and into more official like corporation kind of thing. This card is also a card of legacy, that you're building something that's going to outlast you, that you're building something that'll be there when you're gone, okay? So you're building maybe like generational wealth here, okay? This card is also in conjunction with this is the dream come true. This is the dreamer, and this is the crystallization of the dream. It's like you had this, the dreamer is just the dreamer, going around having fantasies, but you actually did it. You actually built the thing. And so it's no longer a dream, it's reality. Your dream is coming true here, okay? And it's by virtue of your growth, your own spiritual growth. Like you're becoming somebody who is capable of this, right? And I think that's sort of representative of our Libra energy up here with the adjustment card. That you may not have started out that way, because again, we just sort of jump into this, we don't have a plan, don't really know what I'm doing. By the end of this, right? By the end of this, you are like, you're the business owner. You're the professional. This might be still like, I'm kind of just amateur. I'm doing it as a hobby. Don't really know, don't really have much of a plan, but I'm committed to it. I love it. And, this is who you've become. This is you really maturing into your energy. This is you becoming the professional kind of at it, Like I really, in a literal way. This is who we are as a result of going through the pressure cooker, going through the blacksmith shop and being banged around on the anvil. This is who we're becoming. The best version of ourselves that is capable of this. So I feel like there is a growth here, big time. And I feel like there's a pride that comes with it, And I feel like it's your commitment, because you're willing to practice and train and go through the pressure cooker, like at every moment, not just when it's fun, not just when it's convenient, but at every moment, okay? Now, Spirit's telling me that you had some kind of an accident or something involving water, maybe when you were a kid or something like that was going on with you, some kind of a mishap or some kind of, there's a key memory in your life around water, yeah? And also phone calls lately, a lot of weird phone calls. Things, people calling or hang-ups or like there's nothing there, it's like dead air, right? These are all like These are what we used to call them phantom calls, right? We call them, maybe nobody there. I feel like there are spirit guides or ancestors in your life that are trying to sort of communicate with you. I feel like maybe you've been doing more work with spirit guides and things lately. They're communicating with you in subtle ways like that. And maybe there is an older female energy that is attached to you. I'm kind of getting a C name. C or K, I guess, would be the name, like a hard K sound. For someone in your life that is on the other side, and they're very present in your life right now. They're very present for you, and they're kind of seeing you do this, and they're seeing this maturing of your energy. And I think this is going to be a really, really profound journey for you. Whatever you've started, keep going. Turn it into something big. Don't think small, think big, right? This is your ideal self, and we have to ask, and especially when we're going through the pressure cooker, what does my ideal self look like, right? So if we want to be this professional person that's kind of, let's say, running the company or whatever, I want to be the person that is doing the thing long-term, professionally. What qualities does that person have? Because those are the qualities that we're being given by the hammer coming down on us, okay? I want to look at the mystery card. This is really, really nice energy. Empress, maybe Wheel of Fortune, maybe more Pentacles, honestly. Maybe like a 9 of Pentacles would be pretty good. Some water energy would be nice, too. I mean, we'll take whatever we can get, right? Let's see what's here. Another 10 of Wands. Don't carry all the sticks by yourself. This burden is going to weigh you down. So that, I think, is a big thing for you right now, is make sure that you get help, you ask for help, you delegate, you outsource, you hire people, whatever you got to do. And at first, it may be that you feel like you're investing more than you're getting back. But that's always going to be the case. Most businesses lose money in their first year. Probably the first 5 years. Most businesses lose money, right? And the thing is, you got to keep going. And you need to invest that money in things that are going to make it better, make it perhaps easier for you to do the thing that you really need to do. That's going to make the business great anyway, right? If your energy is spread too thin, then we're not going to be able to focus on the things that really need to get done. So we might have to sort of outsource or ask people for help or get some volunteers, get an intern. I don't know what you're doing. Find ways to make the job easier for yourself. Find ways to maybe automate things. Automate things that don't really require you to be there doing your talent, right? So that you can focus on the talent, on doing the thing, right? Very good confirmation card. I think this reading is very powerful, and we're going to do an extended reading. We'll do some I Ching hexagrams. We'll do some oracle cards. Okay, there's a link in the corner. There's a link down below in the video description. New readings for Libra, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.